Thank you for joining us. I'm Naiva Reynoso. Ahead, inside the program that's providing alternatives to incarceration. Plus, a major retrospective celebrates a pioneering local artist. But first, Los Angeles County has launched a guaranteed income program to help 1,000 county residents breathe a little easier. Here's how it works.
We're here to announce the launch of Breathe, LA County's basic guaranteed income program, to give Angelenos the opportunity to have additional resources for the next 3 years.
Today, many of our people are going hungry. Tens of thousands are houseless. Many others making weekly, if not daily, decisions on what they can afford to buy at the grocery store, what bill they can pay this month.
You know, if you have family, friends, and they're struggling, they're going through financial hardship, this program here will help families in need.
We have moments like today where we get to breathe life back into our people.
The program launched today, March 31st, and will accept applications through April 13th.
The hope and what we're trying to get out of this is collect the data that will show and reflect that giving this type of support and financial assistance to people not only helps them financially, but it also affects their overall well-being, their health, their mental health, and all aspects of their life.
If you think you might be eligible, over 18, live in a community in LA County that's at the 100% of the average median income, and you don't have to be a citizen. So please go to the website breathe.lacounty.gov to see if you qualify.
The Ahmad Institute, Arming Minorities Against Addiction and Disease, is one of many community-based organizations providing an alternative to incarceration thanks to a groundbreaking incubator program.
Today is the very first graduation of our first cohort for the ATI Incubation Academy. It's amazing what's happening here. As you know, the Board of Supervisors have decided to really push the Care First Jails Last model in our county. And we've created the job where I sit, which is alternatives to incarceration. But you really can't have alternatives to incarceration without the alternative piece. So one of the things that we've really worked on is creating more access to services and housing. And this is our first cohort of new folks coming in to be part of the county family to provide those alternatives. For the past 10 weeks, these 20 organizations have learned everything from soup to nuts. So they learned everything from trauma-informed care, how to handle their financials, all the way to how do you exercise and have a county contract and everything in between. So it's really about how do you serve the community and how do you run a business.
We serve about 1,000 people every year across different areas of the program. We offer, like I said, a broad range of activities from HIV to housing support, including rental assistance. And so we have this intersection approach that really allows us to really reach people on a more intimate basis, and we're really proud of our team. MOD is an acronym for Arming Minorities Against Addiction and Disease, and it is also Swahili for support. I founded the Ahmad Institute some years ago because I was looking for an organization that met my needs when I was released from incarceration. And so I didn't find the support that I needed in the community. Once I got myself stable and into a good position, I made a purposeful decision to create the Ahmad Institute to address all of the issues that I thought were important to community. One of the first projects that I named within the Ahmad Institute is our Reclaiming Innocence project, which provides housing support, rental assistance, and mental health therapy to individuals who are being released from California State Prison. The Ahmad Institute, I always say, we are this intersectional health and wellness social work organization that really seeks to provide peer-based work. Much of our work is centers around social work and basic principles. Some people would say that we are a housing support provider. Some people would say that we're an HIV prevention and support provider. Some people would say that we're a mental health provider. Some people would say that we're a youth engagement organization, and I say that we are absolutely all of those things. We prioritize Black LGBTQ people and who are disproportionately impacted, and we do our work in a way that is unapologetic from that lens. I think housing is mental health treatment. I also think it's HIV prevention. I think it all goes together. And then especially for individuals who are formerly incarcerated, I think being able to be a resource for those who are especially challenged with getting their lives back on track, it's important to have a holistic approach to the way in which we engage them. And so that's our model at the Ahmad Institute.
You cannot have alternatives to incarceration without the alternatives. And this is the beginning of one of the pieces to help build those alternatives.
Incubation Academy has really helped prepare us to think about some of the administrative pieces that need to get further refined to help us to really be a service provider that is able to kind of work within the nuances of county contracting that can be very complicated. And I think that's been the biggest portion of what's been important to me. So Ahmad had come along before the Incubation Academy, but I absolutely believe that everything that we talked about within our sessions with my fellow cohorts have benefited us for our next phase of growth. The advice I would have for someone wanting to join this Incubation Academy is to take it seriously. Submit your application. If selected, make sure you attend every single cohort because there's something to learn. Network with individuals. Reach out to your cohort members to really follow up, to engage. I think you will be stronger for it, and I think you and your organization and the people you serve will reap benefits from it. What I'm hoping to do is to grow our peer-based network as an organization to have a full, whole person approach to the way in which we address the needs of community.
Two converted hotels in El Monte will provide more than 130 units of permanent and interim housing as part of intensified efforts to address the homeless crisis. For those moving in, the keys unlock a future they couldn't imagine. Take a look.
Today we're celebrating the opening of two Homekey motels that the city of El Monte has purchased, and there's going to be well over 130 units available for transitional as well as permanent housing.
One of the really impactful things about the state Homekey program is it is allowing cities to purchase existing properties. It could be hotels, it could be motels, it could be existing apartment buildings, and convert them to permanent housing for people experiencing homelessness very quickly.
We're Union Station Homeless Services, and we provide the on-site supportive services for the people who are living here at the hotel. So whatever they need to become stable and to move onto a path, a journey of wellness.
People don't realize that a cup of coffee is important to you. And then whatever you put in it, a sugar or your own creamer, you know, that on the street, you don't get it if you don't have money, if you don't want to go in the store because you're all dirty. You know, people just look at you, here you take a shower, you know, they care for you. It's just a big change. It's a change in life. You know, I leave, I come back, they make sure that you're okay. You sign in, sign out, so they'll know that you left. My life has bettered a lot.
When we see how people's lives change when they get into a place of their own, where they have a door they can lock, where they have their own bathroom, that it really moves people from lives of despair on the streets to lives of hope. And as I say, to a place where that they can dream again, they can get back into community. So that makes the work that we do absolutely worthwhile.
LA artist Barbara Kruger has been pushing boundaries in the art world for decades. The largest and most comprehensive presentation of her work in 20 years is now on display, introducing a new generation to her groundbreaking and thought-provoking visual language.
At the tone, please record your message.
We're standing here in an exhibition of the work of Barbara Kruger. Barbara Kruger is an artist who began her career in New York but has worked in Los Angeles County for over 20 years.
In this show, she is working off the idea of replaying. And that title starts out of Thinking of You, and that's actually the title of her last major exhibition.
It's pop culture, but it's all kinds of culture that infuse our existence and language that gets repeated. You know, like a lot of artists who are seers, they absorb the world and then channel it in new ways for us. That's what she does. She's alert to radio and television and internet and social media and billboards, and she combines that, refines it, rethinks it, and she's also a student of architecture. That's one of the reasons she's so good with using architectural contexts.
When you come to the show here, there's an amazing audio component. There are really immersive environments, and so being in this space really creates a situation for the viewers. That really speaks to what this show is about. Taking her own work, using it as source material to make new work.
Thanks for joining us. We leave you now with beautiful scenes from the Palos Verdes Peninsula. We'll see you next time on LA County Close Up.